I want to look more at this binding flags thing that we saw in the previous video. We have our cow here. We got some properties. We have some methods. We don't have any events or fields or anything like that. But I want to get everything there is to know about a cow. So let me say type of cow. And we could say get methods. We've used method, get method, and get methods to get the methods. And we can say get fields. Okay, get fields. And we could say get events. Like so, or we could just be general and say, hey, give me all the members, events, fields, properties. Give it all to me. Now notice get members here, Control KI, returns a member info array. And we saw in previous video that member info is the base type for field info, property info, all that sort of stuff. So member info array members gets type of cow. Give me all your members. And then I'm just going to say for each member info, minfo, in members, console right line minfo, and I believe toString is defined or overloaded in the member info to give us something intuitive. And look at that, it is. It's system string get underscore name and set underscore name and get underscore age, set underscore age, beat toString equals. Oh, look at these. These are the inherited ones. toString equals type. Oh, holy smokes, holy smokes! I want to get all the inherited stuff up at the top. And then the stuff that we declared in our code, I want it down here. So let's use some link to do that. Minfo members. Let's right here. Well, first of all, we need link using system.link. Control minus to get the cursor back to where we started. But of course, I'll grab the mouse. Anyway, and let's just say, hey, order by. M, which is let's do MI, member info, ordered by member info dot declaring type. Alright, this is the, notice it's a type, it's type, it's the type that is declaring the type. So, the cow is declaring all these things, but then system.object declares toString and get hash code and all that sort of thing. So I'm going to ordered by the declaring type's name, and then if I remember right, C comes before O in the alphabet. I'm kind of hacking here a little bit, so I need to do ordered by descending to get object stuff up at the top. All right, Control F5 and implicitly convert. Oh yeah, once I do link here, if you remember that, it all returns IEnumerable. So now I have to do IEnumerable here. IEnumerable, Control dot, hit enter to get the using in there. Okay, I think we're good. Control F5. Here we go. Look at that. These are declared by object. ToString equals get hash code, get type. All those are in system.object. And then we have get name, set name, get age, set age, beat, the constructor. And then here's the properties. The property is name and age. Now, if it's throwing you off a little bit to see get name and set name, go watch the videos on properties. Remember, properties are just properties are kind of nothing, to be honest. They're a piece of metadata that resides in an assembly that says, hey, I have this property, and if you want to get a value from this property, you're actually going to have to take a detour. Let's say we got the name property, for example. If you want the name property, you're going to have to take a detour over and call the getName method. That's all a property is. It just says, hey, oh, you want to get? Okay, go get the getName. Or, oh, you want to set? Well, where's setName at? It's right here, so call setName. All right. Anyway, so there are all the members. This video is about binding flags, not property infos. Watch this. Watch this. Get members. Say I don't want system.objects members. I only want the ones from the cow. All right, well, we have to use those binding flags, which are literally little bits that the reflection libraries use to bind. It says, oh, you want this and that and something or other. Let's do it. Binding flags dot declared only. Give me the stuff flag, sorry, that I only declare. All right, only the stuff I declare, not the stuff system.object declares. Control F5, run that, and there's no output. All right, one thing about binding flags is when the reflection libraries do a search to resolve those bindings, all of the flags have to match. It's not like, oh, name property, you're declared, and age property, you're declared. No, we have to have more flags in here. We kind of saw this in the last video. Binding flags dot, hey, give me the instance ones. Okay, all these are the instance ones. Control F5, still no output. Still no output. Oh. Okay, well, how about binding flags dot public? Give me the public ones. Control F5. Hey, there we go. There's all the public ones. There we go. So all these match these bindings. They're declared only, they're instance, and they're public. Now let's throw a static one here and here. Static void whatever static method, and do nothing in there. And it's static, right? We said instance. We didn't say static, so bring that up. And do you see whatever static method in this list of names? No, because we didn't bind to those, but we can certainly add that. Binding flags dot what do we say? Static. All right. Control F5 that. Do you expect us to get? Oh, it's not there. Where's my whatever static method? Where's it? Any idea what's going on here? Oh, whatever static method is private. Right, I didn't give it an accessibility, and we know the default accessibility for classes is private. So now I also need to say, hey, binding. Oh, this is getting kind of long. All right, look at all these ORs I have to do here. I'm going to Control H, binding flags, and BFF. All right, replace all. Why BFF? Because BFF sounds better than BF. Using BFF gets system.reflection dot binding flags. There we go. A little bit shorter syntax. All right, now I can say BFF. Give me the non-public ones as well. So the more flags I add, the higher the scope of things that I'm trying to bind to. And let's Control F5 this, run this, and you'll see we get whatever static method now. But no, look at this. We get system string backing filled, name backing filled, age backing filled, num heartbeats backing fills. These are all the backing fields, the private backing fills. Now that we say non-public, give me all the members that are non-public. Instance, well, sure enough, these backing fields are non-public, and their instance, and they're also declared only. And we know that these are generated via these automatic properties. I have videos on that if you want to go see what the C# does when you use an automatic property feature. It generates these backing fields for you. So, whew. Anyway, binding flag. Don't make it harder than it is. It sounds really hard, like binding. What's this binding? Well, binding, I mean, if you think about, like, if you make a binder, like if you snowboard, you have bindings on your board and you're being bound to the board and that kind of thing. Well, binding, here we're saying, when you do your search, bind to those that are declared only, and also instance, and also public, and also static, and also non-public, and that sort of thing. If we don't say any of these, then there is a default value for binding flags, but I'd have to look it up. Oh, that's kind of cool. It says BFF there just for this file. Anyway, I have to go look it up. There is a default. It's not like we just say get members and they all show up. We even saw beforehand, if I run this as is, we've just lost all those private backing fields, and looks like we've also lost our static method there. So there's a default. You can go Google that, look it up. But hopefully now you understand binding flags a little bit better.